Okay, picture this. Kolkata, August 16th, 2025. There's this real buzz in the air, you know? You're in this, like, grand ballroom, a fancy hotel on EM Bypass, big screens all set up, tech checks done the night before. Everything's ready.
Primed for a major event.
Exactly. For the trailer launch of Vivek Agnihotri's The Bengal Files, people are there, the program starts, and then, just like that, bam, the whole thing just starts, goes completely sideways.
Yeah, it wasn't just a technical hitch or a delay. It was, well, a very sudden and very public disruption.
Totally. What was meant to be this big reveal, this celebration almost, it turned instantly.
Into a confrontation, really?
That's the word. The atmosphere just flipped. Kolkata police officers, they walk into the venue. A senior officer apparently gets on stage.
It's right in the middle of thing.
And just pulls the plug. Everything grinds to a halt. The laptop, you know, the one with the trailer.
Confiscated.
Gone. Confiscated. And then, get this, the power to the room gets cut. Mysteriously.
Wow. So, total darkness and confusion.
Pretty much. Plunging everyone into, well, chaos, really. It went from a media launch to something else entirely, very quickly.
And that kind of action, taking the gear, cutting the lights, it's not subtle. It feels symbolic.
Definitely. This wasn't just, oops, we have a problem.
Yeah.
This felt deliberate. A complete shutdown right as it was happening.
Yeah.
And it forces you, doesn't it, to think about this bigger question. When you have history, especially painful history, meeting sensitive social issues, maybe political feelings, where's the line? What can be shown? What can be talked about? Because this started as a film event and boom, it's a standoff.
It really is.
So today, we're going to unpack this, all of it. The chaos on the ground that day, the arguments about, artistic freedom versus historical narratives, the political storm it whipped up.
It's a fascinating collision point.
Yeah, this deep dive should give you a really unique look at how history, art, and power dynamics can clash, sometimes spectacularly.
And that day, August 16th in Kolkata, really threw it into sharp relief, didn't it? All the planning, moving the venue from a multiplex to this big hotel.
Right, all that prep.
Just undone.
Yeah.
In minutes. And it kind of revealed these underlying tensions.
And Vivek Agnihotri, the director, he didn't exactly stay quiet.
No, he didn't.
Right there on stage, everyone watching, he just let loose. He said, "This is Bengal. Everything here seems to happen under the direction of some invisible force. The truth is not allowed to surface."
It's quite a statement.
It's a huge accusation, basically calling the state machinery out. He asked, if this is not dictatorship, then what is? And then invoked Satyajit Ray.
The cultural icon.
Exactly. In the land of Satyajit Ray, how can a filmmaker be stopped from showing their work? Powerful stuff.
It definitely throws down the gauntlet. Using Ray's name in Bengal, that lands heavily. It frames it immediately as an issue of artistic liberty versus potentially state control.
And it taps into that pride in Bengal's cultural heritage.
Which makes the alleged obstruction scene even more, well, jarring. Especially when dealing with historical topics that some might find uncomfortable.
And Pallavi Joshi, his wife, co-producer, actress in the film, she was just as forceful.
What did she say?
She put it very plainly. "We are not thieves or robbers. We are filmmakers telling a story." She called facing this kind of resistance in a state known for culture unthinkable.
Strong words.
And then she made this comparison. She said they faced less obstruction making the Kashmir Files, even in Kashmir itself.
Wow. That's a significant comparison to make.
Yeah, and she just asked the authorities point blank, what are they so afraid of?
That comparison really sharpens the point, doesn't it? It suggests a level of pushback or maybe fear that seemed, to them at least, unprecedented even compared to their other controversial projects.
Right.
And you see how quickly their reactions turned it from, maybe a logistical issue into this fundamental debate about free speech.
Absolutely. Now, the police, of course, they had their version.
Yeah.
A senior Kolkata police official stated they were acting on specific information they'd received, framing it as just a precaution.
To maintain law and order.
Yep, that was the line. Even though, and this seems key, no actual official complaint had been filed when they showed up.
Right. That's the detail that raises eyebrows, isn't it? Acting preemptively based on information without a formal complaint.
Feels a bit convenient. Or maybe raises questions about the source of that information.
It certainly shifts the focus. It moves it away from just managing an event to something that looks more like state intervention based on reasons that weren't fully public at the time.
And the legal wheels started turning immediately.
Expected, I suppose.
A complaint got filed against Agnihotri, Joshi, Abhishek Agarwal. at Lake Town Police Station. The charge: potentially inciting communal unrest.
A serious accusation.
Very. But the filmmakers, they moved fast, went straight to the Calcutta High Court.
Okay.
And the court issued an interim stay on the FIR, that's the first information report, the initial police complaint, basically put it on pause until August 26th.
So, temporary relief.
For now. The next hearing was set for August 19th, so it's all very much ongoing legally.
That quick legal back and forth just shows how high the stakes are. For everyone involved, the court stepping in so quickly signals, this isn't minor. It's about fundamental rights clashing with state actions.
So it makes you ask, okay, what does this actually mean for the film itself and for the whole conversation around what it's about? Because the Bengal Files isn't just some random movie.
No, absolutely not. It tackles a really difficult and often neglected part of history.
Which is?
The communal violence in undivided Bengal back in the 1940s. Specifically, it digs into the 1946 Great Calcutta Killings.
Also known as Direct Action Day.
Exactly. A horrific few days of rioting in Calcutta, and then also the Noakhali riots that followed in East Bengal. Just brutal events.
And the scale. It's staggering. We're talking estimates of maybe 5,000, maybe even 10,000 deaths just in Calcutta. Huge numbers injured.
Devastating.
These weren't small clashes. They were pivotal. They profoundly shaped India's path to independence, to partition, and led to Bengal's own double partition later on. It's a deep wound.
And that's what makes the film so charged, potentially. It aims to pull this incredibly painful chapter out of the shadows, maybe challenge how it's remembered, or if it's remembered.
Right. Agnihotri calls it a suppressed narrative. He asks this question pretty directly. If Jewish children know about the Holocaust and Sikh children know about Operation Blue Star, why don't Indian children know about Direct Action Day?
That's a provocative framing. It's essentially arguing for this history to be mainstreamed, to be taught and acknowledged widely.
And he's backing it up, or claims to, with research. He says every scene, every line is based on digging through archives, cites the New York Times, Time, Life magazine.
Big names.
Yeah, and even words from Gandhi and Jinnah themselves. He's making a strong claim for historical grounding.
And that claim of extensive research is crucial when you're making a film like this. It positions it not just as drama, but as, well, a form of historical argument.
Right.
But the challenge always with history, especially contested history, is that there are multiple perspectives. Presenting one strongly often clashes with others.
Which leads us straight into the political storm, because this film became a political football instantly.
Almost inevitably.
The Trinamool Congress, the ruling party in Bengal, the TMC, they pushed back hard. Their IT cell chief, Debangshu Bhattacharya, he basically said, look, if a hotel doesn't want to host something, that's their choice.
So framing it as a private decision.
Exactly. He said, the TMC has not instructed anyone to stop the trailer launch. Agnihotri must provide proof. A flat denial of any government involvement.
That's one narrative.
Yeah.
It was the venue, not the state. It tries to take the political heat out of it and make it a business matter.
But then another TMC leader, Kunal Ghosh, he went further. He accused Agnihotri directly of maligning Bengal.
Ah, okay. So a different angle.
Yeah. He asked, why hasn't he made films about Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, or Manipur? Basically accusing him of selectively targeting Bengal to stir up trouble.
Referencing other conflict zones, other riots.
He specifically mentioned the 2002 Gujarat riots, so painting Agnihotri as having an agenda, not just telling history.
And there you see it plain as day, the film becoming a stand-in for broader political fights. Ghosh's comments try to shift the focus onto the filmmaker's motives, casting doubt on his intent.
Turning the tables.
It's a common tactic when art gets political. It becomes less about the content itself and more about the perceived agenda behind it, especially when things are already polarized.
And then on the flip side, you have the BJP, India's ruling party. They came out strongly condemning what happened.
Supporting Agnihotri.
Fully. Union Minister Sukanta Majumdar called it a shameful episode, said it undermines democracy. He even posted on social media, calling back to that cultural point.
Let me guess, Satyajit Ray again.
You got it.
In the land of Satyajit Ray, a filmmaker is humiliated in broad daylight. This is a chilling reminder of the anarchy ruling Bengal.
Wow. So very direct attack on the state government.
Absolutely. Framing it as breakdown of order, an attack on freedom, directly blaming the state government. So clear political battle lines drawn.
And it shows how easily a specific incident involving a film can be absorbed into these much larger ongoing political clashes. It becomes evidence for whatever narrative each side wants to push.
It really loops back to that core issue, doesn't it? Freedom of expression. Agnihotri keeps hitting that note, the irony of it happening in Bengal, the supposed home of artistic freedom, Ray's land.
And that irony is potent.
Yeah.
It creates this narrative of betrayal, almost. A state famed for culture, seemingly suppressing it. That resonates, whether you agree with the film or not.
And Agnihotri himself, despite the police escort, the whole drama, he seemed pretty defiant.
Yeah.
There's a quote from him as police were leading him away. "If they arrest me, so be it. I will take this fight to the Supreme Court if needed."
So, digging in, ready for a long fight.
Looks like it. And that stance, that public defiance, it really fired up his supporters. Social media, places like X, just exploded. People calling it censorship, accusing the government of trying to bury history. A real cultural storm, as some called it.
That determination changes the dynamic again. He's not just a filmmaker whose event was stopped. He becomes a symbol, a cause célèbre for his supporters. And the online reaction amplifies that massively. It builds this huge narrative around the film before anyone's even seen it.
Which brings us to the film itself. It's still scheduled, right? Release date's September 5th, 2025.
That's the plan, coinciding with Teachers' Day in India.
And the cast is, well, notable. Mithun Chakraborty, Anupam Kher, reportedly playing Gandhi, Rajesh Kara as Jinnah.
A significant lineup. And the teaser had that very stark warning.
Agnihotri's line. "If the Kashmir Files hurt you, the Bengal Files will haunt you."
Sets expectations incredibly high, or perhaps incredibly intense. It signals this isn't meant to be easy viewing. It aims to provoke, to disturb, maybe.
So yeah, this is shaking up to be way more than just another movie release, it feels like. I don't know, a cultural moment, a political reckoning even.
I think that's fair to say. The controversy around the launch has already guaranteed it'll be dissected from every angle: art, politics, history, social impact. It's become a flashpoint.
So just to recap where we've journeyed today, we looked at that chaotic trailer launch halt, the immediate backlash and defense, the deep, painful history the film tackles, and these huge questions about free speech and political narratives that just erupted.
It's a really potent mix. It shows just how tangled art, history, memory, and power can get, especially when you're dealing with stories that challenge comfortable versions of the past. This whole episode is almost a preview of the national conversation the film is likely to trigger.
Absolutely. So as the Bengal Files heads towards its release, maybe battered, but certainly not bowed, it really forces us to think. Not just about these specific historical events, but about how powerful stories are, how they shape how we see today, how they challenge us, especially when they hit those raw nerves. It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What does all this tell you about storytelling's power and how incredibly difficult navigating historical memory still is?